Malik Al-Zayed had money, fame, and the most glamorous wedding Dubai had ever seen. But when he discovered Layla's secret OnlyFans and her forbidden connection to his own cousin, the perfect marriage flipped into a deadly setup. Betrayal, greed, and murder crashed the honeymoon before sunrise. Malik Al-Zayed wasn't just rich. He was the kind of millionaire people posted on their vision boards. The type who made Dubai look like his personal playground. Waking up in a penthouse where the windows kissed the clouds and going to bed only after the clubs begged him to leave. He owned yachts like regular people own sneakers. And every weekend his name was on some VIP list with cameras flashing like he was Hollywood royalty. But deep down he was tired of the fake smiles, the gold diggers, the girls who only loved his bank account, and the friends who disappeared the second the bottle service ended. And even though he pretended to love the chaos, something inside him craved stability, something real. A partner who didn't just love the luxury but loved the man beneath it all. So when Layla stepped into his life out of nowhere, with her mysterious beauty and calm confidence, it felt like fate slapped him in the chest. She wasn't like the influencers chasing clout or the models chasing a sugar daddy. She had this aura that whispered elegance and danger all at once. And Malik, who could buy anything in the world, suddenly found himself chasing someone he couldn't control. And that changed everything. Because for the first time, he wanted forever. Not just another one-night highlight reel. And the whole city couldn't believe the Bachelor King was ready to give up his throne. But Malik didn't care. He wanted a story people would remember. A love bigger than the skyline he built his life around. So he ignored every warning sign. Every rumor that said nobody just appears perfect without hiding something darker beneath. And he went all in on a woman who felt like a wish come true, never realizing she would be the nightmare that destroyed everything he ever bragged about. Layla wasn't just beautiful. She was the kind of woman that made people forget how to speak, the type that walked into a room and suddenly every heartbeat synced to her footsteps, with eyes that carried secrets and a smile that hinted she knew way more than she ever let on. And while she claimed she came from a strict family in Muscat, who would never approve of Dubai's fast-lane lifestyle, there was something about her story that felt just a little too polished, like she'd rehearsed it 100 times before saying it out loud. But Malik didn't care. He saw a future in her that he never saw in anyone else. Even as whispers flew through Dubai's social scene, calling her too perfect, too private, and maybe even too dangerous, and the more people questioned her past, the more Malik defended her, convinced that everyone was just jealous he finally found the one. Yet Layla moved through his world like she'd studied it in advance, knowing exactly who to impress and who to avoid, collecting allies behind charming glances and leaving skeptics confused and suspicious. And whenever someone tried to dig into her background, they found almost nothing. No social media footprint, no records anyone could track. Just a gorgeous phantom with expensive taste and a talent for slipping out of questions with a laugh that made the room melt. And that mystery made her even more addictive, because Malik wasn't used to women who didn't worship his fame. But Layla stayed cool, almost untouchable, keeping emotional distance that drove him crazy in the best way. And that power she had over him made him blind to the cracks forming around the fantasy. Because when you spend your life surrounded by fakes, the first person who feels different becomes the most dangerous one of all. And while the world wondered who Layla really was, Malik convinced himself he didn't need answers. He just needed her, even if that meant ignoring the shadows following right behind her smile. The wedding of Malik Al-Zayed and Layla felt like the kind of event people would tell their grandkids about. A celebration so overloaded with luxury that even Dubai's elite had to take a second look, with a venue dripping in gold decor, drone cameras buzzing like metallic bees in the sky, and a guest list packed with celebrities, influencers, royals, and billionaires who all showed up just to witness the city's most notorious bachelor finally surrender his freedom for love. And the energy in that place was unreal, like the whole world paused for their fairy tale moment. The bride stepping out in a dress that shimmered brighter than the chandeliers, while Malik was suited up like a king about to claim the universe. Champagne flowing like water, fireworks painting the sky with hearts, and a choir singing so loud it could have woken the desert gods. Yet behind those smiles and perfectly staged photos, Certain people noticed something a little strange, like how Layla kept scanning the crowd instead of soaking in the moment, checking every corner like she knew someone might show up uninvited. But Malik didn't notice because he was too wrapped up in the fantasy, convinced he was finally living his happily ever after. And social media exploded with "Now Malik and Layla forever" as the couple danced under laser lights and helicopter spotlights. Every second captured for a future documentary that nobody realized would turn into a crime story. And while everyone called it the wedding of the century, destiny was laughing in the background, waiting for midnight to strike and flip that perfect evening into something darker. Because sometimes the most beautiful nights hide the ugliest truths. And in that exact moment where Malik kissed his bride and believed he had everything he ever wanted, he had no clue that his love story was already rotting from the inside, counting down to a twist so deadly it would haunt Dubai forever. After the wedding fireworks faded and the cameras stopped rolling, Malik and Layla escaped to his private island resort, a paradise built just for this moment, with ocean waves whispering against the shore and a villa glowing like a diamond in the dark. Everything set up for the dream honeymoon every Instagram couple wished they had. But dreams can flip faster than a switch, and while Layla showered under crystal water streams, Malik wandered the room still buzzing from excitement until curiosity pulled his attention to her phone lying unlocked on the silk-covered bed. And that's when the fairy tale he believed in cracked wide open. Because hidden inside a secret folder was an active OnlyFans account, overflowing with high-priced photos and videos, content that didn't just cross a line but erased it completely. And as Malik scrolled, his heart started pounding like a warning siren. Because Layla wasn't alone in this, she was posing with another man in several posts, a man Malik recognized instantly, his own cousin Rafi, smiling in every shot like he'd already stolen the trophy. And with every swipe, Malik felt betrayal stab deeper, the realization that the woman he worshipped might have been playing him from day one, turning his love into her hustle, and rage consumed every inch of him, his mind spinning with humiliation and heartbreak. The kind that doesn't just sting, it explodes. And by the time Layla stepped out wrapped in luxury towels, Malik's whole world had flipped into a nightmare he couldn't hide. Because nothing cuts harder than discovering the truth when it's already too late. And on that perfect island where happiness was supposed to bloom, the seeds of violence were already sprouting fast, ready to turn a newlywed paradise into the deadliest scene Dubai had ever whispered about. The island that was supposed to be their romantic paradise turned into a crime scene faster than lightning. Because once Malik stormed out of that villa with betrayal boiling through his veins, everything that was beautiful suddenly felt dangerous as the night air filled with tension thick enough to choke on. The moonlight catching his footsteps in the sand while Layla chased after him with makeup still dripping from the shower, her wedding dress now replaced by panic and desperation. And security cameras later showed the chaos unfolding like a horror movie nobody bought tickets for, Malik's hands shaking as he pointed at her phone, his emotions hitting every extreme: rage, heartbreak, humiliation, each one louder than the last. But Layla didn't back away. She kept getting closer like someone who couldn't let the truth breathe. Both of them trapped in a showdown fueled by shattered trust and dark secrets exploding out of hiding. And then something snapped in the silence. A moment where love's ashes turned into pure fire. Because the next thing caught on camera was a scream that sliced the night open, followed by Malik clutching his chest as blood poured down his white tux like a nightmare stain, his body collapsing into the sand near the fancy wedding cake they never even tasted. The knife that once symbolized celebration now dripping with tragedy. And before security could reach them, Layla bolted into the shadows barefoot, leaving behind only footprints, shattered jewelry, and the haunting image of a bride running from what should have been forever. While Malik's heartbeat faded too fast for anyone to save him, his final moments filled with disbelief that the woman he trusted with his entire world was the same one who destroyed it in a heartbeat. And that luxurious honeymoon villa, built for love, became the exact place where a millionaire's dream life ended in blood under the very stars that once promised a future. Dubai woke up to the kind of headline that makes the whole world freeze. A millionaire groom murdered on his honeymoon island and his mysterious bride gone without a trace. And suddenly, Layla wasn't the flawless fairy tale wife anymore. She was the most wanted woman in the Gulf, a ghost slipping through borders faster than the authorities could blink. Because when investigators dug deeper into her past, they didn't find innocence. They found a criminal mastermind who had been running a high-end romance scam with Malik's own cousin Rafi as her secret partner in crime, targeting wealthy men who fell fast and paid big, using charm like a weapon and seduction like a paycheck. And Malik was never meant to survive the wedding night at all. He was just their biggest score, their golden ticket. And while detectives tracked Rafi's disappearance down to the exact minute Layla vanished, every clue pointed to a perfectly calculated escape plan with burner phones, fake passports, and private boat logs showing a late-night departure to international waters, leaving law enforcement scrambling while the couple of con artists stayed one step ahead. And airports across the Middle East posted her photo everywhere. But nobody could find a woman who changed identities like outfits, switching from hijab to Hollywood glam in seconds if it kept her moving. And every investigator who joined the case felt the same chill. Layla had done this before, robbing hearts and bank accounts with zero remorse, always leaving behind a trail of broken men and unanswered questions. And the deeper authorities dug, the more they realized she wasn't just dangerous, she was unstoppable. A woman who turned love into a weapon and marriage into a death sentence. And as Dubai promised justice at any cost, Layla and Rafi were already laughing somewhere far away. Two fugitives fueled by millions and a darkness no prison. Wall had ever been strong enough to hold. Weeks turned into months and the world couldn't stop talking. About the runaway bride who turned a billionaire wedding into a blood-stained mystery. But while the media obsessed over glamour and scandal, investigators kept uncovering deeper layers of lies, following money trails through offshore accounts, shell companies, crypto transfers bouncing from country to country like a digital getaway car, and every transaction pointed straight to Layla, who wasn't just playing the part of a heartbreaker. She was running a full-blown criminal empire built on seduction and deception, with millions stolen from men who thought they were the lucky ones. Yet Malik's murder became the spotlight she never wanted. And when they finally hacked into her hidden account, the one place she never expected law enforcement to reach, the screen didn't show the usual seductive content everyone recognized. It displayed a cold, taunting status update that simply read, "New life, same hustle?" Like she was bragging that the world couldn't touch her. And that message hit Dubai like a slap across the face, because they realized she wasn't hiding in fear, she was celebrating victory, probably sipping champagne on some private beach with Rafi by her side, plotting their next millionaire target, fully aware that justice was chasing a shadow, and Malik's grieving family was left fighting over what was left of his fortune, battling in courtrooms while tabloids treated their tragedy like reality TV. And the security footage of that wedding night, Malik collapsing in blood as Layla disappeared into darkness, played over and over again across every news channel like a warning sign for anyone who thinks love can't kill. And now her name has become a legend whispered in elite circles. A story that keeps rich men awake at night because somewhere out there, that stunning Omani bride with the angel face and devil secrets is still free, still dangerous, still hunting hearts and bank accounts. And the scariest part is nobody knows who she'll marry next, or who'll be the next millionaire to die believing they found the perfect woman.